Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about 5 things that I think are very important when it comes to vinyl records and 5 things that I just frankly do not care about. And I think we'll agree on several things and we'll probably disagree on others, and that's okay. You can leave your comments below. I'm a big girl and I can take it. Also, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I would really appreciate your support. Let's go ahead and get started with 5 things that I think are very important when it comes to vinyl collecting. At number 1 is, of course, sound quality. Why else would I be buying these vinyl records? They take up a lot of storage space and it's a pretty expensive hobby, especially lately. So I want to show you a couple records here that I think are incredible records. They're at different price points, but that just shows you can spend a lot of money and get something really, really great, but you can also get bargains. First off, this is the Doors, Waiting for the Sun. This is the 45 RPM edition. I love Analog Productions. They do no wrong in my opinion. I have yet to get anything from that company that is anything short of amazing, and the Doors reissues are incredible. I hope to get all of them. I only need Morrison's Hotel yet and I will have them all. Beautiful gatefolds, beautiful covers, incredible sounding records. This is a $55 record, so it's not cheap, but it is worth every single penny, and I really enjoy these Doors reissues from Analog Productions. Here's another example, totally different, at $2.50. This is Tony Bennett's I Left My Heart in San Francisco. This is a third press of it on the 2i Columbia label, but it sounds amazing. And we've got really great songs on here like Love for Sale, Smile, really great stuff. And for $2.50, it is an incredible bargain, but it will blow your mind in sound quality. And while I'm talking about sound quality, I also have to say, buy the best stereo equipment that you can afford, because that is how you really truly enjoy these vinyl records. You're just not going to enjoy them near as much if you don't have the right stereo equipment. I'm not saying you have to go out and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for stereo equipment, but buy the best that you can afford. Now at number 2, I want to talk about the clean condition of records, because I think that's extremely important too. And I want to show a record that I have literally been looking for years. I wanted to get a good, clean copy of it, and finally it came my way a couple of weeks ago. This is the Byrds, Sweetheart of the Rodeo, and this is a 1968 pressing on the 2i Columbia label. As you can see, it is in beautiful condition. The vinyl is amazing. And when it comes to older records from the 50s or 60s, we can probably be more forgiving when it comes to the album covers. However, do not skimp on the quality of the vinyl. We want to get something that is super clean, sounds amazing, and I had to wait a very long time to get this one, and I'm so glad I did. Patience is truly a virtue. At number 3, stay within genres you love, or at least that's how I feel. I try to stay in genres I love as far as spending the big bucks, but every once in a while I will take a chance here and there spending very little money. I have really opened my doors when it comes to music that I love. Jazz is one in particular, but there's been a couple of other times where I've spent a little money on a couple of records. One paid off big time, another not so much. So let me show you this. Sade. I paid under $10 for this record, and I'll be honest with you, when I was in high school, I didn't like the song Smooth Operator. I didn't like Sweetest Taboo. I was not into Sade. This is not something that I was cruising around Main Street listening to. But as I got older, I developed a liking for Sade. And when I found this record, I decided to give it a chance. Even though I didn't like it as a teenager, I'm older now. I learned to really like Sade. I think her music is beautiful. I have really good memories of listening to it when I'm on vacations, at a beach or a resort. Sade is great music, and now I've really learned to love Sade for under $10. Here is another record that I spent probably $15 on, but to be honest with you, I still haven't warmed up to. And I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy because this is a very popular record here in the vinyl community. I just have not developed a love for Nevermind the Bullocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. I've listened to it a few times. I will continue. It's not going to be coming out of my collection anytime soon, but it just hasn't really hit me as something I really love yet. So, I tend to try to stick to genres that I really love and branch out with very inexpensive records, and I'm hit or miss with when it comes to that. At number 4, we have to talk about the money because that is so important. I am very guilty of buying a lot of records, overspending, but at some point I have to okay, it's time to stop. I have to tell myself that because it doesn't do any good to buy records that you think you're going to enjoy if you cannot sleep at night because you have a credit card debt or you just simply can't afford the record. So you have to balance how much you spend. Money does matter when it comes to buying vinyl. And at number 5, I have to say something that's very important to me is taking proper care of the records. And one of the number 1 questions that you all ask me all the time is what I use for my vinyl record sleeves. I get so many compliments on how wonderful my records look. And I tend to prefer vinyl storage solutions out of Canada. That is how I buy my outer sleeves. Eventually, I hope to have every single record in my collection in a vinyl storage solutions, vinyl outer sleeve. I love the 4 mil thickness. They are tremendous. Also, for inner sleeves, you have to take care of your records. And I love the premium master sleeves from Vinyl Storage Solutions. And I also do buy the MoFi brand because they're very convenient. You can buy them at record stores. You can buy them on Amazon. So it's so important that if you're going to spend money on vinyl, take care of your vinyl by putting them in outer sleeves, putting the vinyl in inner sleeves. That's just, it's just a must. And now let's talk about things that I really do not care about when it comes to vinyl. And we'll probably have some disagreements here. At number 1, colored vinyl. And I know you're going to say, well, Melinda, I see colored vinyl on your channel all the time. And that's true. But every colored vinyl I have is because it is an album that I wanted. I do know people who buy vinyl because they like the color it comes on or they like the splatter pattern. They don't care about the music. They're in it for the colored vinyl. That's fine for them, and I respect however you want to collect vinyl. But for me, it has to be a record that I want. It has to be a colored vinyl, like an indie exclusive, or no, it has to be a record that I was wanting to have in my collection anyway. If, like say for example, jazz. For some reason, I tend to like to have jazz records on black vinyl. But, like Paul McCartney, he's had a lot of really cool colored vinyl versions of his records. I'm all for that. But it has to be a record that I truly want. I do not collect vinyl for the color itself. And at number 2, I really don't care about what number I get when it comes to a copy of a record. Let's just use this as an example. Supertramp's Breakfast in America. This is the original master recording. A lot of times when I'm making these videos, I will show you the number, and this particular copy is number 9308. I will show them, but I'll give you a little, I'll just let you in on a little secret. A lot of times when I am doing these videos, when I tell you what number it is, it's the first time I've noticed. I don't care. Don't get me wrong, if it's within the first 100 copies of a record, that's pretty cool. I'll admit that. But for the most part, it just doesn't really matter, because to be honest with you, this cover is at a different pressing plant than the vinyl record is. So chances are, whatever number this album cover is not the number of the vinyl record. They probably don't match up. If you know, when it comes to one steps or the UHQRs, if they match up the vinyl number of what's being pressed with the number of the cover, let me know. As far as I know, this is a random number. The vinyl record that goes in this one is going to be something different. It doesn't matter, at least to me. So here's an exception though. If you have a UK version of the White Album, the number matters. The earlier you get, the better and more valuable your record becomes. This one is not very valuable. It's a Japanese press from a blue box set, but it is numbered, so that's the only White Album that I have that's numbered, so I wanted to show that one, because I do think the White Album is an exception when it comes to numbers, numbered copies. Now at number 3, something that I just don't care about, at least not right now, is whether I have an original or a reissue. There are a lot of original purists out there, and I totally respect that. I think it's so cool. To me, there is nothing cooler than having an original Jimi Hendrix album or an original Beatles record. Very, very cool. So don't take me wrong. But lately, I think reissues have gotten pretty amazing. And let me show you a little example. I have a couple of versions of Permanent Waves by Rush. I love this album. I love Rush. This is the original, and it sounds really great. I bought the 180 gram audiophile version of the direct metal mastering. I'm sorry. This sounds killer too. If I had to choose between the two of these, and thankfully I don't have to, I would probably keep the reissue of the original. So I just don't care. I want what sounds the best and what I can afford for my budget. So at number 4, I don't care about being a completist. Now, having said that, I have all of Van Halen's albums and I have all of the Beatles. It's because I think every album is amazing and incredible, and I want every album. But just because I like a band, I don't feel the need to have every album they made. I love that some of you are completists, and I think it's really cool, and I love watching your collections. I love when you do the rankings because you have every single record by a particular album or by a particular band. I just don't care about it. Here's a perfect example. As you can see in the background, I have the Rolling Stones box set, and I think it's incredible. But anything after Tattoo You, I'm not a huge fan. I don't have to have every single thing. And so this 4 LP version of Honk will give me everything I need past Tattoo You. There's really cool songs in here like Harlem Shuffle, Mixed Emotions, Rockin' a Hard Place. Really great stuff. So I am not a completist. That is number 4, not being a completist. And at number 5, I just don't care what other people think about my vinyl collection. I just don't care. So I have things in my record collection that a lot of people would probably cringe over. First off, Billie Eilish. Yeah, I am a middle-aged woman, but I can appreciate this record. If you don't have this one in your vinyl collection, I will say, as far as an audiophile record goes, you are missing out. The bass on this record is beyond belief. It is incredible. And, yes, her voice kind of gets on my nerves on a few of the songs, I'm not going to lie. But I do enjoy some dance music, and this is really, really good dance music. And a lot of times when I show this band, so many of you who I really love, you kind of go, you don't like this band, but I don't care. I love Kiss. Kiss is my third favorite band of all time. I don't have everything from Kiss. I don't have every album they've ever made because I don't like them all, but I love Kiss, and I know a lot of you don't. Here's another one that's going to make you all go crazy. I have some Mantovani in my collection. Mantovani holds a special place in my heart. When my parents were still married, they divorced when I was 4, so I have very few memories of my family being intact. But I have a really cool memory of sitting in front of a fireplace with my mom and my dad, who are no longer living, my sister. We're listening to Mantovani music off of my parents' 1967 Motorola console. So I hold Mantovani near and dear to my heart, and also my mom loved Barry Manilow. I will not buy Engelbert Humperdinck, who she truly loved too, but Barry Manilow has a special place in my heart, and I even drug my husband to a concert in Las Vegas of Barry Manilow, and he ended up enjoying the show, at least kind of. So, these are 5 reasons why I love vinyl, and 5 things about vinyl I really don't care about. I love hearing what you have to say, so please leave your comments, please like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.